Noah, and welcome to the fifth and final day of our virtual spring break camp here with the Substance Abuse Program for the Pawnee Nation of Oklahoma. I'm Robert Ankney. I am the MSPI Prevention Specialist for the Pawnee Nation, and we did it. You guys have made it to the final day of spring break camp. We hope that you enjoyed everything that you've learned thus far and what we're going to finish up with today. And we hope that you enjoyed your spring break overall, just being away from school, being able to be at home and relax and enjoy yourself. So as we begin this fifth and final day, we're going to, again, as we have with the camp previous days, we're going to go ahead and open up with the word of prayer. And before that, though, we want to go ahead and encourage you to, again, subscribe to the Pawnee Nation YouTube channel so you're able to stay up to date with everything that's going on with our Pawnee Nation. And if you haven't been here or been present for the previous days, go ahead and go back and rewatch any of the videos that you may have missed, learn and hear what the programs had to share, and just, get up to date with everything. And as we strive with this camp to share the importance of being free from substance abuse. So I want to go ahead and encourage that to y'all again, and let's go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer as we start this day. Father God, we come to you, Lord, again, thanking you for this opportunity to serve our community, and we pray for all those that are viewing, Lord. Be with us and guide us during this day. We just give you praise and glory. We ask that you speak to us. Lead us, Lord, as we present this information and we continue to seek to share the importance of being free from substance abuse. So we just praise you, God, and again, we just ask you be with us, be with our elders, our little ones, everyone in between. Lord, bless us from the top of our heads to the soles of our feet, and help us to lead good lives, Lord, and to be good examples. So we thank you and praise you. It's in Jesus Christ's mighty name we pray. Amen. So right now we're going to go ahead and hear from our law enforcement division for the Pawnee Nation. We're going to hear what they have to share in regards to the importance of being free from substance abuse. We'll go ahead and hit up our physical activity as we have been each day, get a nice stretch in, be able to get the blood flowing, wake up a little bit if you're still kind of tired, and then we'll go ahead and hear from the diabetes program here with the Pawnee Nation and hear what they have to share. So you guys just enjoy this last day of our virtual spring break camp, and we'll see you afterwards for our closing remarks.
Hello, my name is Officer Novotny with the Pawnee Nation Police Department. I've been a police officer for the community a little over 20 years. I started off as a reserve for the city of Pawnee. When I turned 18, knew law enforcement was what I was wanting to do for my whole life. I got the opportunity in 2005 to become a member of the tribe, and I've been doing it since then. My chief, David Canuho, he's wonderful. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of him or myself or any other officers. We'll be happy to help you. And I believe we've got some questions that I'm wanting to answer, so we're going to begin.
So Officer Novotny, the first question we want to ask you is, what is the importance of being free from substance abuse when choosing to chase your dreams or go after ambitions that you have in life?
Okay, the number one thing I can tell you guys for that is you have to say no to drugs, just completely. The reason for that is there are good drugs out there to help you. They're prescribed by doctors and they're to help you. However, there are drugs out there that we call recreation drugs, and those can be very, very harmful to you. They can damage your brain, your body. But as far as your goals go, the long-term goals that you want for a job, if you become fixated with narcotics and that becomes part of your life, they will take over. If you want to be a doctor, a veterinarian, anything where it's going to be a prestigious job, you get arrested for any narcotics, you won't be able to get it. Your job relies solely on if you can be trustworthy, you can be counted on. When you start taking narcotics and everything, it slowly eats away at your body. You start getting to the point where you don't care about anything. So therefore, you're going to lack not only on just your jobs, but also your personal relationships, your family, kids. Everything just goes away. You become more selfish, and nobody likes anybody selfish, everybody likes other people helping each other. So you go out and you, let's say you grow up and you don't have narcotics in your life, You decide, okay, I want to be a surgeon. You go out and let's say you're driving around with your friends. One of your friends may have some narcotics on them, let's say marijuana. They're like, okay, let's go do this, and you're like, okay, no big deal, it's marijuana. You know, it's just, you know, something that grows on the earth. So you go out, get pulled over, and you know, you've been smoking, your buddy's been smoking, get arrested. Your buddy gets arrested for DUI drugs. You get arrested for public intox. Well, that goes on your record. And even just a regular public intox. You want to be FBI agent, DEA, any law enforcement, or any kind of medical person. You have that on your record. You won't be able to do that. You won't be able to become and get your medical license, your attorney. You won't be able to get your law license, and also a law enforcement officer. They won't take you because they're afraid that you'll probably have a relapse. And then if you do that, then it's going to look bad on the department. And then if the department looks bad, so they won't hire anybody that's, you know, got any kind of background of narcotics. So narcotics is just not a way to go for your future. You go to college, it takes up all your money. You know, drugs are just so expensive nowadays. So it's going to take up all your money. You won't have a nice car. You won't have anything nice, such as college education. You won't have your own home. Everybody wants their own home. So just don't do that.
Alrighty, Officer Novotny. So our next question is, how often do you deal with substance abuse while on call? How many situations, or I guess the percentage of times that you are involved with a situation that involves substance abuse?
Okay. The percentage is going to be a guess, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to be over 80%. I know it's well over 3/4 of the calls that we get are going to be substance related. Mostly what it's going to be is fighting, such as domestics, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriends, a lot of them here recently. The younger groups, you know, the ages that I believe I'm talking to, which is going to be from 6 to 18 years old, they're more inclined to use narcotics. So whenever you go out and you get intoxicated or you get high off these drugs, it totally changes your personality. Most people say I'm a fun drunk. A lot of people say I'm an angry drunk. We don't hear a whole lot of people say, you know, I'm a happy meth addict. So methamphetamine is real horrible on the body. I haven't ever been through a call where methamphetamine was in use and nice things have happened. It's always been a fight, a weapon involved, and well, what happens with all that is you use methamphetamine or fentanyl, even alcohol, and you go out and you commit a crime. It compounds. You commit one crime, which is going to be, you know, public intox. You're intoxicated in public, and then you get into a fight with your other half, and then you're going to get a domestic violence. Domestic violence is really strict anymore nowadays. And so it just compounds one after another. And then when the police show up and they try to get everything calmed down, and then you want to fight the police because you're not in your right state of mind, well, there's another charge. And that's going to be a felony, especially if you fight the tribe, or it's a federal offense to fight tribal officers, the VIA guys. The city guys or the county is a felony. So it just makes things worse and worse. And you get a felony on your record, it's going to be hardly, very, very minimal. Jobs you're not going to have out there very much when you're a felon, and that's the sad part. So the best thing to do is stay away. But with all the calls we have constantly, alcohol, and it's always fighting, and then we have kids involved, and that's where it's really getting pretty sad. And there may be some of you kids out there that know what I'm talking about. You may have seen some of this, so you understand what I'm saying. You grow up and, you know, you're in a household and your family is drinking, and your mom or your dad get upset and they fight. It's horrible for the kids. I mean, it's just, it makes them sad. They don't know what to do. And unfortunately with that too as well is when the kids grow up in an alcoholic household, then what happens is the kids is what we call a revolving door. They just go and then they see what they were raised with, and then whenever they get in a relationship, they think that's the way it should go. So what they do is what they've seen growing up, they will take that out on either their other half, whether it be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Doesn't matter. When it comes to substance abuse, gender, religion, and also ethnic background makes no difference. It affects everybody the same, and it's just always a constant problem. Just the substance just totally changes your personality and makes you somebody else. And if you have friends over before you get intoxicated, then you get afterward, they don't like that person. Most of your friends and your family don't like the people you become whenever you're intoxicated. And it is a lot of the calls that we get. You're right. Substance abuse is part of it. And I really do believe that if people would be more responsible, that the calls would go down, and people be happy to see the police, to be honest with you.
Alrighty, Officer Novotny, so we thank you for your time. We want to ask you one last question, and I think it's one of the most important questions we can ask, and that is, how would you encourage someone who is tempted to follow the crowd with substance abuse, and how they should fight against it? What is some tactics or techniques that our youth can use when they're tempted to follow what everyone else is doing? How do they fight against that?
Very simple. I mean, you might not want to think that it is. Everybody wants to be part of a crowd. Everybody wants to be, but do you want to be a leader? Okay, if you want to be a leader, you got to lead people. You by example. And everybody likes to be the boss. Everybody likes to be the leader of their little friend gang, or everybody likes to be center of attention and wants to lead. And if you want to do that, leading people comes to the point to where you need to lead them down the right path, not the wrong path. Okay, so be your own person. You want to fight temptation? Sometimes it's hard to do, especially with a lot of friends, but everybody wants to be, you got to be individualized. Yeah, you can be in a crowd and then get together and everything, but in order to make a good team, a good crowd, or a good group of friends, each person has their own individual personality and traits. You start following the crowd, and then you're not really your own person. You're somebody else. You're not being you. You're trying to be like somebody else, and nobody likes to be like everybody else. You like to be your own person. That's why in this great country and everywhere, individuality is highly looked upon. And be your own person. That's the best way to do it. So if somebody else is doing something and you know it's wrong and you know you're going to get in trouble, it's easy. Just say, no, I don't want to get in trouble. I mean, I enjoy having a good time, but I don't need that to have a good time. It makes you do things. I'll give you an example. I've heard one where they were camping and they were all intoxicated, and somebody decided to try to jump the bonfire. They didn't quite make it and landed into the bonfire and got burnt pretty good. 2nd-degree burns, had to go to the hospital. And all that was that person was following the in crowd. They were just saying, I dare you to, and you don't want to do that because you're going to get yourself hurt. And if you get yourself hurt with narcotics and drugs and what have you, you're not going to feel the pain right away. So actually the injury's getting worse, and then you may have a lifelong injury that you're going to be out. You're not going to be able to do like sports or anything of that nature. But the best thing I can tell you to do is be your own person. Don't follow the crowd. And if they don't like you because you say no and you're being your own person, then they're really not your friends. They're really not family. Because the people that care about you and want to be with you, they respect your decisions. They respect you as a person. And if you say no, they should respect it and go on. So be your own person. Don't let others influence you how to do, and you will get far in life, and you'll get what you want. Just do your own thing. Don't follow the in crowd. Again, my name is Officer Novotny. I go by BJ. You can contact us anytime. Our number at this office is going to be 918-762-3013. You can also call the city of Pawnee to get a hold of one of us. It's going to be 918-762-3166. And absolutely, if there's an emergency and you need to get a hold of somebody right away, absolutely dial 911 and we'll get you help right away. You're more than welcome to talk to any of us at any time. We all love to talk to people, help people out. We are good guys. So please feel free, if you see us, say hi, and we'll be happy to visit with you with any questions. Doesn't have to do with alcohol or any kind of narcotics. It can be anything. that you guys need help with, please feel free to call us and we'll be happy to help you with any questions you have. Thank you.
Haru Tatasa Mikai Clark, Pawnee Pickahawkee. Hello everyone, my name is Mikai Clark. I'm an enrolled citizen with the Pawnee Nation of Oklahoma. I'm also the Pawnee Nation Diabetes Program Coordinator. And here with my program assistant, who I'll let introduce himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Siobhan Gooden. I am the Pawnee Nation Diabetes Admin Assistant. I'm enrolled in Chickasaw Nation, and I've been working with the tribe for about 2 years now.
So today we're just going to give a brief overview of what the Pawnee Nation Diabetes Program is. We have 3 primary areas of focus: prevention, resources, and outreach. So our best practice is physical activity as prevention for diabetes and care for diabetes. Resources we provide are a supplemental program for diabetic clients within our program. There are eligibility requirements for that. And then outreach, we collaborate with programs like we're doing today with the MSPI program to bring awareness about diabetes and talk about prevention. So diabetes interferes with how our bodies regulate blood sugar. A good way to understand this is to know how the body uses food for energy. So as soon as we start eating, our food starts to break down into sugar or glucose. So once it hits our stomach, it signals our pancreas to create insulin. And insulin's a hormone that actually pushes the sugar out of our bloodstream into cells so that it can be used for energy. So when a person doesn't make enough insulin or the body cannot use insulin correctly, glucose stays in the blood, and this is called diabetes. There are different types of diabetes too. There's type 1, which is usually it's a genetic disorder. That means your body doesn't produce any insulin at all, and it usually occurs in about 5 to 10% of the population. Type 2 diabetes is, it comes onset. So it takes impact on our bodies gradually. So, and this can be caused from our lifestyle choices. And then there's gestational diabetes, which is happens with women in their pregnancies. And then it goes away usually after you have your baby.
All right, so ways to control that, to regulate your blood sugar and also your blood pressure, what I like to do is make sure you get a healthy amount of water in you. They usually say about 8 glasses a day of water to get into you. Also to stay away from sugar, not stay away, but more so watch your sugar intake, your carbohydrates. A lot of your fruits have a lot of high sugar in them. Of course, we all know candies and other things, pop and all that. So try to stay away from that, but also there's other good carbohydrates because you need your carbs. Carbs is a good form of energy that we need in our body. So there's try to supplement wheat bread for white bread, or you can supplement whole grain foods or natural foods. Another way I like to regulate my blood pressure is getting to my body, and that's through physical activity. Physical activity helps control your blood pressure and your blood sugar. There's a lot of ways you can do it. Running, lifting weights. I like to lift weights myself personally, and I see it as it's also therapeutic for yourself because lifting weights can be addicting. Exercise can be addicting. So instead of conforming to alcohol or drugs, whatever is your issue, getting into the gym, getting into your body, getting into your mind, those are good ways to get out of those things. So that's the things I like to do to keep me busy. So yeah, just to reiterate what I said, just to watch what we eat, make sure we're taking care of our body. A lot of us we didn't have that someone to tell us to do that, and our parents also didn't have people to tell them to do these things, So, and that's how it is, especially in Native communities, Most Natives were number 1 in the nation for obese, leading the nation in COVID-related cases, and that's due to our health issues and illnesses. We have not taken care of ourselves as Native people. So as the thing we should do is start trying to take care of what we eat and also taking care of our bodies. And yeah, and you just try to break cycles, you know, trying to change the narrative of what people view as natives as what they see us as, you know. So just be different, you know. Don't be afraid to stand out and be different. It's a good feeling. It's a very fulfilling.
So the diabetes program offers prevention activities for diabetes. Some of the things we have going on are weekly community fitness classes. On Mondays, we have a cardio class from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Pawnee Nation Wellness Center Gym, also known as the Blue Gym. We also have yoga classes on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. in the Pawnee Nation Blue Gym. We have a Seawater Club, which is a walking and running club, or a movement club if you're biking. That's another thing too. You just keep track of your physical activity. We have you check in with us quarterly, meaning every 3 months. We check your blood sugar and your blood pressure, and then just ask you to bring a log of your physical activity, and then we will give out club gear for participating in that. And these programs are all free and open to the Pawnee community. You do not have to be native. You don't have to be Pawnee. So please join us if you can, and just stay active during your break, at least 30 minutes a day. And it doesn't have to be a full 30 minutes. It could be 10 minutes and then another 10 minutes and then another 10 minutes. So you can break it up into different times of the day, whatever works for you and your schedule. Again, you can find us on Facebook, the Pawnee Nation Wellness Program page. You can find us on the Pawnee Nation website. Our phone number is 918-762-3873, and we are option 4 on that phone line.
And there you have it. There is our first ever virtual spring break camp. We're looking forward to doing this with future camps as well. We just thank you all for participating, for being a part in everything we're striving to accomplish with our community, and sharing the importance for our youth and for all those who may have been watching, the importance of being free from substance abuse and understanding that we want to live those positive, healthy lives for our youth, for our people, and be good examples. And so we pray and we look forward to hearing how this camp has influenced you, how it's encouraged you, how it's helped you. And we look forward to having y'all as part of future camps. So again, my name is Robert Inkney. We thank you, and we just look forward to hearing back from you guys. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to us. And until we see you next time, God bless, take care of yourselves, and keep striving to be the best you that you can be.